Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and everyone, especially those on the other side of the world. There is no time and space between us. There is only this present moment, and we are one. Today we will continue to meditate on the diary of Saint Faustina Kowalska. We are on diary entry 929. If you want to watch other reflections, meditations on the diary, you can check out all our videos at the Fount of Mercy YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. So on diary entry number 929, it says here, "When I had rested near his sweetest heart, I told him, 'Jesus, I have so much to tell you.' And the Lord said to me with great love, 'Speak, my daughter.' And I started to enumerate the pains of my heart. That is how greatly concerned I am for all mankind. They all do not know you, and those who do know you do not love you as you deserve to be loved. I also see how terribly sinners offend you. And then again, I see how severely the faithful, especially your servants, are oppressed and persecuted. And then, too, I see many souls rushing headlong into the terrible abyss of hell. You see, Jesus, this is the pain that gnaws at my heart and bones. And although you show me special love and inundate my heart with streams of your joys, nevertheless, this does not appease the sufferings I have just mentioned, but rather, they penetrate my poor heart all the more acutely. Oh, how ardently I desire that all mankind turn with trust to your mercy. Then, seeing the glory of your name, my heart will be comforted. Jesus, listen to these outpourings of my heart with gravity and interest, as if he had known nothing about them. And they seemed to make it easier for me to talk. And the Lord said to me, 'My daughter, those words of your heart are pleasing to me. And by saying the chaplet, you are bringing humankind closer to me.' After these words, I found myself alone, but the presence of God is always in my soul." Alright, this entry is a continuation of diary entry 927 and 28, wherein Faustina had a vision of the chastisements and sins committed by mankind. That was during the Strobe Tuesday, February 7, 1937. So in those times, she saw how mankind are offending Jesus. It may be some of these sins, may be the killing, the wars, the massive greed, massive stealing of things, material things, money, corruption, abortion, all these things, unimaginable, but actually are happening. And up to this day, it is continuing. These things continue. So way back in 1937, for example, if there were 1 billion people around the world, imagine all those people committing sins all at the same time, every minute, every hour. And the major ones, all the sins, the major sins, were presented to Faustina. Faustina saw all of them. Maybe Faustina saw the Holocaust, how many Jews were burned to death in the chamber. Imagine the war that took place after her death, the World War II. Imagine all of those sins committed to mankind. And Faustina almost fainted. She kept on crying and crying. Imagine if you are the one who would be seeing all these sins, all these things happening, you also would not be able to stomach these things. These are really very, very frightening, terrible, name all the extreme description. And so Faustina, after seeing these things, got very depressed. And so on diary entry number 929, what did Faustina say? So there are a few things. These are her concerns in diary 929. First, she was concerned about those who do not know Jesus. These people, those who are not baptized, there are still many people who do not know Jesus. No? Maybe they know Jesus as in the name. But what we mean by do not know Jesus is that they do not have any idea of the divine mercy, of the mercy of how unfathomable the mercy of God is, of how humankind can take advantage of the mercy of God. So these things, they do not know it. They do not know Jesus. So Faustina was concerned first on these people. The second, those who know him but do not love him. So these people might be baptized, no, from at a very young age, from being an infant, they were already baptized. And then for a time, they were able to go to church, for instance. And then growing up, they forgot about Jesus. So these are the people who know him but do not love him. These people have been baptized, but maybe as of this moment, they are busy on their work, busy on accumulating wealth, busy on committing sins, no, anything. They have been baptized, but they were not, or they are not practicing their faith. So again, this is the second concern of Faustina. And number 3, the sins that were offending Jesus. Of course, Jesus, the offenses we made to Jesus manifests in the piercing of his heart. Though the piercing of his heart was made 2,000 years ago, it is still happening up to this very present moment because we continue to offend Jesus. We continue to make sins. We continue to ridicule Jesus. We continue to commit grave sins. The world is going nowhere. People have been rushing on the highways. They do not know that in their doing so, they didn't know that at the end of this highway is the abyss of hell. So all these things are offending Jesus. And number 4, the persecution of chosen souls. Though there have been souls that are concerned about saving souls, still Faustina was concerned about them because in their effort to save many souls, they experience a lot of suffering. Take, for example, Faustina. She had been experiencing a lot of suffering, humiliation, persecution. She had been labeled to have mental disorder, things like that. However, these things are meant to happen for all those who follow Jesus. Following Jesus means taking or sharing the sufferings that Jesus had. We may not be directly be nailed on the cross, but we definitely will be experiencing several sufferings. It is needed for the chosen souls to experience sufferings. Why? Because if we would not be able to experience sufferings, we would not appreciate the sufferings made by Jesus. So it is a constant for those who chose to follow Jesus. We will be experiencing persecution and we have to prepare for that. Because this would be building our spiritual muscles. This would strengthen our spiritual life. Now, what did Jesus tell Faustina after raising all these concerns to him? Jesus said only one thing. And he said, pray the chaplet. Jesus is very much pleased when we pray the chaplet. Why? Because when we continue every day, when we do the chaplet every day, what does the chaplet say? For the sake of his sorrowful passion, have mercy on us and on the whole world. So we are not just praying for ourselves, but we are praying for everyone, every soul on earth, every living soul on earth. We are praying for them to be saved. So every day when many people, especially the chosen ones, when we pray the chaplet as many times as possible every day, we are actually doing great service to humanity because we are saving souls. We do not know how many souls are being saved by our prayer, by praying the chaplet, but definitely at least a soul is saved by praying the chaplet. So let's continue to pray the chaplet. Never cease praying the chaplet. Never let the day pass without praying the chaplet. We invite you to pray with us every 3 o'clock in the morning. It may be different at your time zone, but in the Philippines, we are doing this every 3 o'clock in the morning, every day, every single day. We pray the chaplet, we pray for the sick people, we pray for the souls, and we pray for everyone. Join us in one of our sessions every day. Please like Fount of Mercy Facebook page, and when you like our Facebook page, you will automatically be notified whenever we go live every 3 o'clock in the morning.